Have you ever faced the delicate challenge of maintaining your beliefs while respecting different cultural traditions? This compelling story from the early Christian church shows how the Apostle Paul navigated this exact situation in Jerusalem, offering timeless wisdom for building bridges across cultural divides. The year is around 57 AD. Paul, the passionate missionary who had spent years spreading Christianity throughout the Greek and Roman world, arrives in Jerusalem. The city is buzzing with religious activity, and tensions are high between Jewish traditionalists and the growing Christian movement. Many Jewish believers still strictly observe traditional customs, while Paul has been teaching that salvation comes through faith alone. As Paul enters Jerusalem, he's warmly welcomed by James and the church elders. But there's a problem. Rumors have been circulating that Paul teaches Jews living abroad to abandon Moses' law and Jewish customs. These whispers threaten to create a deep rift between Jewish and Gentile believers in the early church. James, showing wisdom and diplomatic skill, proposes a solution. He tells Paul, "You see, brother, how many thousands of Jews have believed, and all of them are zealous for the law." He then suggests that Paul participate in a traditional Jewish purification ritual with 4 men who had taken Nazarite vows. This ancient practice, described in the book of Numbers, involved specific offerings and the shaving of one's head as a sign of dedication to God. The suggestion is significant. By participating in this ritual, Paul would publicly demonstrate respect for Jewish traditions while maintaining his Christian faith. Despite his teachings about freedom from the law, Paul agrees without hesitation. This wasn't compromise, it was compassion in action. As Paul himself had written, "To the Jews I became like a Jew, to win the Jews. I have become all things to all people, so that by all possible means I might save some." Paul enters the temple with the 4 men, paying for their offerings and joining in their purification rites. This wasn't just a symbolic gesture. It was a costly and time-consuming commitment that required 7 days of ceremonial cleansing. Through this action, Paul demonstrates that respecting cultural traditions and following Christ aren't mutually exclusive. This story reveals Paul's remarkable flexibility in non-essential matters while remaining firm in essential beliefs. He understood that sometimes building bridges requires us to step out of our comfort zones and meet others where they are. His actions echo his own words. "Though I am free and belong to no one, I have made myself a slave to everyone, to win as many as possible." The Jerusalem episode teaches us profound lessons about unity, respect, and wisdom in handling cultural differences. Paul shows that true leadership often means finding ways to honor others' traditions while staying true to core beliefs. He demonstrates that love sometimes means adapting our behavior, not our beliefs, to build understanding and trust. In our modern world, where cultural and religious differences often create barriers between people, Paul's example remains remarkably relevant. He shows us that respect for others' traditions and steadfast faith can go hand in hand. His actions in Jerusalem remind us that building bridges sometimes requires personal sacrifice and a willingness to step into others' cultural spaces. The story challenges us to consider: how can we maintain our convictions while showing genuine respect for different cultural practices? What bridges might we build in our own communities by following Paul's example of cultural sensitivity? These questions, sparked by events in ancient Jerusalem, continue to resonate in our diverse world today. offering wisdom for navigating our own cultural crossroads.